Hello everybody, today we are going to talk about graphing linear equations. Where am I going? So we're just going to go ahead and talk about graphing. So basically, first thing we're going to do is graphing a line from an equation. Now this is really not difficult at all because all you have to do, like once it's in slope-intercept form, you guys already have the slope, you have the y-intercept, I already showed you how to do it, okay? So the hardest thing you're going to have to deal with is just making sure it's in slope-intercept form. So we have to get y by itself. So the very first thing is we're going to go ahead and subtract 3x from both sides. We now have negative y equals negative 3x plus 9. It's okay if these are reversed. Just if you put the x first, it looks more like slope-intercept form. That's the only reason I put the x in the front. Now we got to go ahead and get y by itself. So we're going to divide by this invisible negative 1 here. Divide everything by negative 1. So we end up getting y equals positive 3x minus 9. Now 3 is our slope, which we can write as 3 over 1. Positive 3 over positive 1. And negative 9 here, that's our b, which is our y-intercept. So we go ahead and plot negative 9, which is right down here. And we're just going to go and follow our slope to plot the next couple points. So we go up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. Here's our next point. 1, 2, 3 over 1. There's our next point. 1, 2, 3 over 1. And keep going. You can keep going, or you can just use, you only need 1 point to draw your line. So once you have your points, you draw your line. That's your graph. Okay? So you're going to try this one on your own. Oh, but before I forget, that 7 is supposed to be a y. Okay? Might already be fixed on yours, might not. Go ahead and give it a look. So it should be negative x plus 2y equals 8. Okay, try that on your own. We will go over this next class. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and move on to graphing a line from a point and a slope. Well, if they give you a point, that's where you're going to start. Okay, and then we go ahead and use the slope again to graph our point. So we're going to go ahead and start with negative 2, negative 7, which is right here. No, it's right. Oh my gosh, where is it? There. Okay, right here. And then we go ahead and use our slope, which happens to be 3 over 1 again. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1 is our next point. That's enough to draw our line, but just be safe. And if you're doing it by hand, it's a lot easier when there's multiple dots. So I go 1, 2, 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3 over 1, and then I draw my line through it. That's my line. Okay? So you're going to try this one on your own. Graph 5, 0, and it has a slope of negative 4/3. Okay? And to complete this example, because I didn't see it set there, we're going to write the equation. Now that we've graphed it, it's a lot easier to write the equation because all we need is the slope and the y-intercept, which is right here. So our slope, remember we're doing y equals mx plus b. Oh, why did I do it this way? I don't know why. So slope was 3, but our y-intercept, if you look, we actually crossed it very nicely at 1, 2, 3, right here at 1. At negative 1, I'm sorry, at negative 1. So all we have to do is just go ahead and write it that way. I don't know. I did it by finding it, which seems silly. Like you can do all this work in between. Just use the point to find it. Or you can actually look at the graph, which is totally fine. I got y equals 3x minus 1. Okay? You don't need all this work in between. But it's there in case you want to reference it. Okay? And then on the try on your own, you're going to write the equation for that one that you found as well. Okay? That one you might need a little bit of math to figure it out. Okay? And moving on to the next page. Graphing given 2 points. I mean, you're plotting the 2 points and then you graph it. This is getting easier and easier, right? So, and then we have to write the equation. So we go ahead and graph it. Negative 3, 4 is right here. 5, negative 2 is right here. We draw the line. Cool. So for the equation, we need to write it in slope-intercept form. So we need the slope, and we need the y-intercept. So here, the y-intercept looks like it's about negative 2. And the slope, we go down 3, and we go over 4. So we get negative 3/4. And you can just go ahead and write the equation. Y equals -3/4 x plus 7/4. Oh, 7/4. Which is about 2. So that's when, so because the way I got 7/4 is I did it algebraically. So I plugged it all in. I ended up getting 7/4 for my answer, which actually makes sense. It's not quite crossing at 2. So on your try on your own, let's go ahead and use the math. Okay, try the math for it. But you're going to go ahead and try this one on your own. Graph 0, 9 and -3, 0, and then write the equation for it as well. And that's it. Cool, that's a short video. Jeez, 5 minutes. Okay, well that's all I had to show you. So try those things on your own. We'll go over them next class, and I'll see you next class. Okay? Bye, guys.